this particular song goes way back, actually, probably 20 some years. Not written, but the idea for it, and it stems back from a time when I was living in Toronto, and there was at that particular time this character that lived amongst the streets, and he was one of those guys you'd see in the corner with a guitar, and you know, he was there and he was doing his bit every day. So it was like I'd cross Bloor and Yonge East Station, and he'd be there. And almost every day religiously. And his bit was, political banter. Like he was, there telling stories and mocking, the Prime Minister and various things that were going on in Canadian politics. Yeah, well, that's exactly what it was. So he'd be there and he'd have signs, with his statements on it. And he'd be there with his guitar, and I think it had 4 strings on it maybe. And he had it hooked up to a little amplifier. And so he would be there, and there'd be, always a crowd around him and that kind of thing. So anyway, the song is not about him, but many, many years later, again, another musician on the street kind of caught my eye, and we look at these guys and we don't think a whole lot about them, but it kind of made me think back to that scenario, and then I started thinking, where does this guy come from? What's this guy's story? How does he end up here doing this? And so it made me think about that. And then so one day I just picked up the guitar and I thought of that, and I just started writing a song, and it just came out of me like, just came out like you were going to do earlier there with your phlegm and such. It just came out.
But see, this just isn't coming out.
Yeah. So while this is not reflective of my life, at least not yet anyway, maybe there's a story yet to play out for me where I'm, the guy that used to do songwriter circles, and then I'm on the street playing the guitar. But anyway.
On the corner of Townsend and Charles.
Perfect corner.
We'll see if it works up the young.
Right on. So anyway, this is a song about a character like that and his story, and it's called Katie. Well, I never paid him much attention, but I passed him almost every day. And I heard that people called him Dusty, so I just did the same. He'd sit there on the corner with a beat-up old guitar, and he'd play. I could see he didn't have a dime to spend, but he had a lot to say, and no one probably gave a second thought to how we ended up this way. Another bum there on the corner with a beat-up old guitar, and he'd play. Said I played for Katie, for I know she hears me now, over the deafening sounds of daytime, the corruption and the crowds, and I played for her in the summer by the sea in '65. And Katie cried, my Katie cried, so I play for Katie. So one day while I was passing, well, I just had to take some time and ask him a few questions, if he wouldn't mind. And he obliged with proud demeanor, and he picked up his guitar and he played. He said, my name is Ryan J. McNeil, and I was born in '39, and I grew up not far from here. My father worked the mines, and I married Katie Dawn McKinnon in the summer by the sea in '65. play for Katie, 'cause I know she hears me now. Over the deafening sounds of daytime, the corruption and the crowds, and I played for her in the summer by the sea in '65. And my Katie cried, my Katie cried, and I play for Katie. Brought 5 children up together. I worked mechanics as a trade, and I'd fixed almost every car and truck that was ever made. But the broken heart she left me broken, not to fix a thing again. And in that summer by the sea, she said, I love it when you play. Promise you'll always play for me, should the good Lord take me away. Then she passed in '83, and my promise to my angel will take me to the end. So I play for Katie, 'cause I know she hears me now. Over the deafening sounds of daytime, the corruption and the crowds, and I play for her in the summer by the sea in '65. And Katie cried, my Katie cried. I play for Katie, 'cause I know she hears me now. Of the deafening sounds of daytime, the corruption and the crowds, and I play for her in the summer by the sea in '65. And Katie cried, my Katie cried. So I play for Katie.
Not Ryan J. McNeil.
Well,
Not that Ryan
I
J.
stole that name.